Hi teacher, you're doing blended learning and the school requires you to take attendance whether you're doing it synchronously or asynchronously. And you want something consistent, something easy to use for both students and the teacher. And you want it easy to analyze because you'll have to record it in your school attendance tracker or in your record book. There are different ways to do this, but this is a strategy that you might want to consider. Okay, conditions first. Number one, internet should be available for both the students and the teacher. Number two, this is good for middle school where a student needs to check attendance or sign in per subject. Number three, the student and the teacher should know the basics of Google Docs, especially Google Forms, and for the teacher, Google Forms and Google Sheets. Now, let's start with the Google form. So this is an example of the Google form which I made. Math Daily Attendance 2020-21. Some reminders. This is your official daily math attendance in RAM's class, whether we do online or non-online classes. Please fill out sheet during your official math period. Just write down whatever reminders you want them to remember. So I just put in the basic stuff. First name, last name, and by the way, you have to make it required, right? You make it required. This button, click that to make it required so they won't skip any information. Last name and the class. Of course, you're handling different classes in a day. Like for example, I do 701, 702, 801, 802, and whatever classes you have, be sure you spell it out there. Next, the attendance date. Although it is automatically recorded with a timestamp, you want them to be honest by writing the exact date. The format will be month, day, and year. Okay, so that's the form. Now let's preview how it's going to look. All right, so a student will receive this every day just by clicking the link. First name, last name, class, and attendance. That's it. You can even ask a relevant question for the day, but that's too much. It should be a generic form that they will fill out every day. And you don't want to bombard them with too much questions like, how do you feel today? What lesson did you learn today? Assessing something, that should be a different data gathering material. But this is solely for attendance, okay? After setting up those questions, go to this gear, the setting here. Gear, the setting. Click on that. So in the setting, click on setting. You don't need to collect email address because the students have their official school address associated to Google. So you just need to click this, restrict the users of the school and its trusted organization. Should I limit to one response? No, because they'll be using the same link, the same form every day. So be sure you unclick that, just this one. Now you can save it. So then they are ready to fill in the information. After making the form, click send and then click on this paperclip looking thing and then it says the link. You could shorten the link if you want to. Then you can copy it. That link is what you're going to share to your students, whether it's going to be in Google Classroom, in a website, in a daily email, in a chat room, or wherever the students will see it. Okay, copy that and paste it. So once the link has been received by student, for example, the student is Ramon De Vera of class 802, write the month 08, let's say 1/5/2020, they will just submit. Then Google form would say your math attendance have been received. Thank you for your cooperation. Next, let's analyze the Google Sheet. So now students have filled out the forms. Imagine these are from different classes and they filled out the forms in different times. So in that case, go to responses. In responses, you will click on this, view responses in sheets. If it's the first time to click on this, it will start a new spreadsheet. But since I filled out already some sample information, I already have data in my forms. So this may be relevant for you, but sometimes it wouldn't. The most beneficial thing will be the sheets. So click on Sheets. Now, this is just an example data. I filled in some sample names. So it will be a mix of everything. So for example, for a day, it's a mix of 801, 802, 701, 702. Of course, the names are there and varying dates. So the most important tool here is this one. Look at this one. Filters. See? On each column, you would have this triangle. It's like a drop-down menu, and this will allow you to filter the mixed data that you have. For example, I only want to filter on August 15. So click on that, and it will tell you some suggestions. So if you notice, all of these dates are checked, meaning all the data will include all of these dates. So what will you do? Just clear everything. Click on clear. And if just select now one date that you want to focus on. For example, I want to focus on 8/15. So check on 8/15. Okay. See that? It has filtered everything now on 8/15. Again, reminder, when you gather all of this data throughout the year, it'll be a lot of dates. There'll be a lot of dates, and you wanna look at the records per date. Now, I only want to focus on one class. So again, let me clear everything. Let me just look at 802. Okay. So these are my 802 students for that date. Now, when I look at my record book, some teachers will have to record the attendance either in a record book, in a notebook, or sometimes online. But of course, look at this. They are not alphabetically. We know all our rosters are written alphabetically. Suppose it's written alphabetically by first name. So what will I do? Okay, I'm not going to use the filter. I'm going to use the data. So from here, column B, there you go, data, sort, column B, A to Z. See that? It has arranged everything now alphabetically. Billy comes first, then Hakim, then Kim, then Ramon. Number 3, you're ready to record your data. So now, it's easy for me to look at my attendance. Billy's here, check. Hakim is here, check. Kim is here, check. Okay, if their names are not there, they're marked absent. So the purpose of sorting and organizing your data is for you to transfer it to your school's official record-keeping website or record book or anything, okay? So now you have sorted your attendance. So you do that for each class. At the end of the day, sort it by class and then fill in your attendance.